guys, so you've already watched 9.8 day 1. This was on page 9 in the packet. And remember we talked about if you look at a graph of a linear, quadratic, or exponential function, can you determine these key features? Well, I skipped page 10, but I think we actually need it. So today I'm making a part 2 video where we're going to do page 10. Okay, so this is page 10. It's pretty much the same thing as from page 9, but on this side, I'm going to give you the equation, not a graph, and you're going to have to do the same things. Okay, so a linear function is y equals mx plus b. And then we have the same key features. If it's a linear function, slope is based on the m. Y-intercept is based on the b. And increasing and decreasing depends on the slope. So it's increasing if the slope is positive, and it's decreasing if the slope is negative. Okay, so that's how so today, if you don't have a graph and you just have an equation, we're going to determine the key features. Okay, quadratic function is of the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. When you just have a function, not a graph, the vertex is found by negative b over 2 times a. Or, if you guys remember, you can use your graphing calculator to find the vertex. And you determine if it's a max and a min by looking at the graph. Okay, so actually I would say probably graph this one. Look at the graph. So to find max or min, you look at the graph. And then increasing versus decreasing, you also have to look at the graph. All right, and lastly, exponential function is of the form y equals a times b to the x power. And you can tell if it's a growth or a decay based on b. So it's a growth if b is greater than 1, and it's a decay if b is less than 1. And then increasing versus decreasing is the same thing. It's increasing if it's a growth, and it's decreasing if it's a decay. Those always go together. Okay, so let's just try one of each example based on the equation. So number 1 is obviously linear, and the key features we want you to find are slope. And the slope is the m value here, so 2 over 1 or just 2. The y-intercept, and that's the b value, so that's negative 3. And then you have to say if it's increasing or decreasing. Well, since the slope is positive, this is going to be an increasing line. Okay, number 2 is the hard one. For the quadratic, we need to look at the graph. So let's look at the graph here. All right, so go ahead and type it in. Just clear anything you have. And it's 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. And you might have to fix your window to see your u. Okay, so the key features for the quadratic are the vertex to start. So what is the ordered pair of the vertex? Oh, actually, let's do first. Is it a max or a min? And since the vertex is at the bottom, it's a min. Okay, to find it, second trace, option number 3, minimum. And then remember, you go a little to the left, hit enter, and a little to the right, and hit enter twice. And you will get the vertex negative 0.3 repeating, comma, negative 1.3 repeating. That's the vertex. Okay, now, when is it increasing and when is it decreasing? Okay, and these are all about x values. Talking about x values. Okay, so to the left of the vertex, the function is decreasing. And to the right of the vertex, the function starts increasing. Okay, so remember we said to the left, it's decreasing. So it's decreasing when x is less than negative 0.3 repeating, because that's the x value of the vertex. But then when x starts getting to the right of negative 0.3 repeating, the function starts increasing. So it's increasing x greater than negative 0.3 repeating. Okay, that's the hard part of this section. And then number 3, we need to say if it's growth or decay. Well, let's see. The b value is smaller than 1, which means it's a decay. And if it's a decay, it's automatically decreasing. So that one's really easy. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. We're going to practice both sides, 9 and 10, on Thursday, I think.